Alright, so I'm a first year apprentice in the IBEW, almost a second year. I've been in the apprenticeship for a minute now, maybe like 8-9 months so far, and when it comes to tools, I made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, when I first started my apprenticeship, I just had a bunch of just BS like in a bag, like just a bunch of ratchets, socket sets, screwdrivers, mix and match stuff. I mean, I had like my basic like lineman's dikes, I had my channies on, but I just had so much crap in my bags. Like right now I got this bag. I had like a big old husky bag with like 4 pouches, all stuffed to the brim with stuff. It was so heavy. When I walked to the job site, my pants were like literally falling down from like the sheer weight of all the tools I was carrying around. So when I showed up, I had one Riley bag over here, I had my lunchbox over here, and then I had like my giant like 4-patch like husky like tool belt on my side with my pants falling down. And then I found the foreman that I was working for, and I'm just like, hey man, I'm the first year apprentice, I'm gonna be with you from now on. And I just saw like the look on his face. He just like face palmed. They're like, all right, you know what? We can work with this. Have you ever worked in construction before? I'm like, hell no. It's like, okay, I can tell. We can work with this though. Just leave all that crap, put it back in your truck. This is all you're gonna need, and you're done. So after I completely embarrassed myself my first day on the apprenticeship, I'm gonna try to help you guys to avoid the same mistakes that I made by telling you exactly what you need. So before I go any further, to break it down, every job site's could be a little different. I know when you go work for a certain contractor, they like to do a certain type of work. So when I worked with this, my first contractor, the union, it was a GP. So when I worked for those guys, they did a lot of theatrical lighting, they did libraries, they did a lot of, diagnostic work. So, you know, you needed your idiot stick. Where's it at? Where's my idiot stick at? Hold on, give me a second. All right. It's like stuck in my pouch right here. So you needed like an idiot stick to pretty much like make sure that stuff was off and you didn't like electrocute yourself. But now with the company I work for right now, they do a lot of warehouses, and they do a lot of the beginning layout of the warehouses. So I'm in there putting in boxes, I'm running like plastic PVC pipes. So I don't really need like a lot of stuff besides the stuff that I have in my bag right now. So depending on your job, you might need something different, but for the most part, this is exactly what you need on your first day of the apprenticeship and not look like an idiot like I did. So before I go any further, tip number 1, don't bring your whole loadout onto the job site. Only bring what you think you're gonna need and what most people end up needing, which is what I'm gonna show you right here. All right, so your most important tool on the job site, your lineman pliers. These are your lineman's pliers. So these, you can pull tire wire, you can cut, you can bend, you can strip, you can splice pipe. I said splice pipe, but out of all the tools you need, your linemen's are your most important tools. These are your scissors, these are your pulling tools, these are your twisting tools. If you want to like, after you strip wire, you have like 3 bundles right there, and then you just want to this is the most important tool you're gonna need like on the job site, hands down. Never go to work without your linemen's. Always have these on you. These are so important. I got 2. So you got your linemen's right there. Next thing you need is your dikes. So I know, like, if you never worked in construction before, you're like, dikes, well, like what do you mean dikes? Like you live with one? No, you use these on the jobs. That was a bench. Oh my god, that's so cool. Lineman pliers, dike pliers, cutters. So with these, like, these are a lot thinner than your linemen's. So these are, you can cut some stuff with this, but if you want to really get like cut like tire wire or like other wire or like stuff that's like hard to reach, these are even your most important tool. You need dikes right here. After that, you have your regular needle nose pliers, just in case something falls in, you need to pull something out. Pliers are a necessity. The next thing, if you know you'll be running a lot of conduit and you'll be putting EMT together, channel locks. This is your most important thing when it comes to like conduit work, because without these channels, like trying to tighten those couplings up, it's not going to happen. So you need these 2 on you all the time. So first of all, non-negotiables: lineman pliers, you need dikes, you need your needle nose pliers, you need channel locks. So if you only have these on the job site working as an electrician, that's pretty much enough to get you going. All right, next most important thing. You need a solid tape measure. So the first journeyman I ever worked for told me that the three things you need on you at all times. It doesn't matter if they're on your back, if they're in your pocket. The three most important tools are your tape measure, your alignments, and something to write with, like a marker, Sharpie, whatever. But yeah, make sure you get yourself a good tape measure. Also, another funny story, when I had my tape measure, this is a 25 footer right here. So it's pretty long, it's pretty heavy duty. I pulled up to my first job site with a tape measure that was like half the size of this, but it only like stretched out like 12 feet. So when my journeyman told me to go measure out something, I whipped out like, I wish I can show you guys, I lost it already, but I whipped out my tiny tape measure and he was just like, hey bro, where'd you get that from? Like your sister? And then, I don't know, every time I pulled up with that tape measure to the job site, I would just get clowned on, like every single day. I got so sick of it. Well, I got pretty sick of it, but it got to a point where my journeyman was just like, dude, if you're gonna be working for me, like I can't be seen next to you holding that little thing. So he went out and he bought me my first tape measure. Had it to use, used it up. Now I got this Klein Tool one. This one's pretty cool. It's got like a little magnetic end at the end. So if I like drop a bolt, screw, if I drop some like copper wire, if I need to do some cleanup, got a little magnet at the end right there. It's pretty solid. Also, it's got some like conduit readings back here, or like a conduit outline. So if I'm ever like bending EMT, I got my measurements like right here too. Klein, right here. Klein's the best company. All right, moving on. Can't be an electrician if you're not stripping wire. So I know I got these Milwaukee wire strippers right here, so pretty much I can strip like size 8, size 12, 14, 16, 18 with these. I can also like crimp with this one, also use these as cutters at the same time. So here's what they look like. But yeah, I got the Milwaukee ones. These are pretty cool. I know most people usually get the Klein ones. Those are pretty solid too. But yeah, also non-negotiable. Always have this on you. All right, next thing you need your flathead. You need your screwdriver. I feel like you use like your flathead a lot more because sometimes when you need to pry stuff out, you usually get like, all right, here's a quick method. Use your flathead and then you use your alignments as a hammer right here. So if you ever want to pry something out, you just get a good smack, and this little bump right here is made. I'm not sure if it's made for the lineman specifically, but there's like a little bumper right here that you can just use and just like smack it and pry stuff out. So same thing, you need flathead, Phillips head screwdriver. Another thing, non-negotiable, you're gonna need a level. If you show up to the job site without a level and you're putting up EMT, you're putting up conduit, even if you're doing like 90s on PVC, if you don't have a level and they're like, okay, put this PVC against the wall and 90 it up, make sure it's level, like against like the strut. And they're like, or you're all like, trying to eyeball it, try to make sure it's straight, like going even enough. Like even if it looks straight enough, they're gonna be like, all right, put your level on there, let me see it. And you know, got one, you're getting chewed out like crazy. I'm only saying this because I'm speaking from experience. This just happened to me like a couple months ago, and I got chewed out like wild. I don't know if you ever worked blue collar before, if you ever worked construction, like if you mess up something like that and not have like the right tool for the right job, like it's crucial. You need that. Next thing you need is something to cut with. This was a pretty old one, but you need box cutter, a little blade on you. Always have this on you because if you're cutting bundles, you need to cut like what's it called? Hold on, I'm like drawing a blank right now. If you need to cut bundles of PVC, you need to cut tape, like holding EMT together, or if you need to cut just like holes in your PVC because you would tape like the bell ends and like the regular ends. Always have something to cut with, same thing. Last things you need, non-negotiable, always have this on you. You need pencils, a Sharpie, and a lead pencil right here. So this is what I got. These are like 20 cents at Home Depot. Sharpies, you already know where to get Sharpies. Lead pencil, same thing, they're like $1 each. I got this like cool metal one right here, so it's like a little more heavy duty. But if they tell you to write something down on a piece of cardboard, you have your notebook out, they're like telling you like circuit numbers, colors, things in certain order that they want done, they're gonna ask you to write it down. If you don't have anything to write with, or you're going around like asking people for like Sharpies and markers, it's just a bad look on you. So yeah, always have something to write with, always have something to jot down info. Anytime you're soaking in like any knowledge or any tips, write it down, write it down, write it down. That's the making of a good apprentice right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So speed run. All right, speed run recap. You need lineman pliers. You need your dike cutters right here, dikes. You need needle nose pliers. You need your wire strippers. Always have a pair of trannies on you, non-negotiable. You always need to have these on you. Not one, not three. Have your pair. Always have your pair on you. Second thing, you want your idiot stick. Make sure you don't kill yourself. Always got this on you. Next thing, screwdriver, flathead. These are both Phillips. Flathead. You need your level. You need your backup level. You need your tape measure right here. You need a backup for that tape measure just in case you lose that one, you let someone else borrow it. Something to write with. And a blade. So, if you show up to any job site and you have no idea what the first day is going to bring you, always have this stack of tools on you, all times. Don't bring any more, don't bring anything less. This is exactly what you need to get started. So, if you guys want the full union tool stack, because these are only most of the tools that I bring on on the job site, but if you want like the full stack, go to my Instagram, AY Alejandro, follow me, send me a message, and I'll send you the whole or the official tool list of the union. I don't know why I stuttered so much when I said that. All right, so just go to my Instagram, give me a follow, send me a message, and then I'll send you a copy of the official tool stack, tool list that the union gives out for all apprentices. So that's it for today. So if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, follow the dirt.